This anthropological and participatory study was designed to complement a number of large-scale sociological studies that have been conducted by a number of organizations recently in Cambodia. Despite very high awareness of AI and basic AI messages, a variety of high-risk behaviors still continue as before. Things have not changed. We decided to use focus group discussions where you get a variety of people together and try to create a relaxed atmosphere, but still maintain enough structure to keep the conversation on topic. And key informant interviews, when people start to talk, you have the flexibility to follow up. We've decided to focus on 5 primary groups. First, participants from villages who are very much like the participants that have been included in the samples for the large-scale sociological surveys. Second, we focused on communities that have had outbreaks of AI. Third group, village that have large amounts of small-scale, household-level poultry enterprises using ducks. The fourth was people who were not included in the livelihood surveys or the large-scale cat surveys, and very little is known in terms of awareness of AI. For this sample, we went to Ratanakiri province, where we found virtually no awareness of AI. Last group we focused on were poultry buyers and vendors. Here, we basically just used observation and short informal interviews. The question for us is, what do people do to protect their poultry from disease? Already there are a number of things people do. Some of these practices are undesirable from the point of view of biosecurity and of human health. On the other hand, some of these practices could well prove to be useful resources if we can modify and build on them once we understand the rationale behind them. So the second question is, what do people already do to protect their families? One thing that people do to protect their families to bury the poultry, as we are asking them to do, is basically to squander what little remaining value an important household asset or investment had. So this brings us to the anthropological question in the study. Why do people do what they do to protect their poultry and the well-being of their families? The Cambodian farmer does not have an elaborate indigenous taxonomy of poultry disease. There's basically a single category for a chicken death, Don Korkat, incorporated into this naturalistic of seasonal die-offs. Virtually everyone in every focus group poultry death is always described in terms of Don Korkat. The challenge for a communication strategy in Cambodia right now is to convince people that something most of them have only recently heard about requires significant changes in the ways they usually go about things. households are used to having their poultry dying, particularly during certain times of year, but also basically year-round. First, a need to move from this mode of creating fear about avian influenza and focus more on risk perception. Our findings indicate that the gap between awareness and practice was not about level of awareness or level of fear, but more about the degree to which people perceive themselves to be at risk of avian influenza. The second recommendation would be to be sure from a communications perspective to consider the difference between the backyard farmer who views their poultry as a low input, low output asset and the backyard poultry enterprise where poultry is a significant source of household income. Third recommendation would be to draw on current indigenous models of disease and encourage a shift towards the contagion or contamination model and away from this naturalistic explanation of poultry death. Another recommendation was a need to appeal to people's experiences. People believe what they see with their own eyes. Another recommendation for this endeavor to bridge the gap between awareness and practice is to develop a new wave of messages that better connect the imperatives in our campaign materials with a rationale, not necessarily the technical rationale, but a rationale that explains why it makes sense from the farmer's point of view to do the things that we recommend that they do. If it doesn't make sense from the farmer's point of view, they're not going to do them. Lastly, our messages need to be better connected with local cultural priorities and values. The value that I think is the best candidate for successful messages is appealing to the farmer's desire for prosperity and well-being of the family.
As rural Cambodians say of their poultry, when they are alive, they are a property. When they die, they are our food.